Hello there, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my Tarot Nook. I'm hoping all is well with you and everything has been going great for you. Thank you for joining me today. This will be a no contact reading for you, Gemini, going in with the person that is thinking about you right now that you're in no contact with. This is somebody that would be considered an ex in terms of this reading. Okay, we'll see. We'll ask all the questions and check out everything you need to know with this person and what their intentions are, what their feelings are, where everything is resting with them at this time. And the last card of the tarot will be more of an advice card for you, or anything that highlights or pays attention to something maybe the reading was not focused on. So if you are new to the channel, Gemini, welcome. Thank you so much for, again, checking it out. Welcome back to every single subscriber and viewer. If you all like tarot and enjoy like these readings, please also subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I do post normally, regularly, so unless there's an unforeseen issue, I'm going to continue with that pace, moving forward, moving ahead. I do variety style readings on this channel, so this is a new style. If you like it, if you like how compact it is, I'm only using like two decks, then let me know. I can do more of this style. Normally I pull a lot of different decks and I do different kinds of readings, so they can range. So check out the playlist. All right, that would be a good place to get started if you are new here. All right, everything here is free. Nothing requires money or subscriptions at this time or anything like that. So again, if you do like tarot, give the channel a chance. I would love to see you come back. All right, so make sure you tap that notification bell. We're going to start off with the daydreaming card here and see what's going on with this energy for you. Okay. So it feels like with this daydreaming card, it says here, I'm always longing for you. To me, I'm just feeling like this is something where, despite the current no contact situation that you're in with your ex, okay, at this time, they have not fully like moved on. All right, I feel like they may be stuck in a daydreaming cycle of you, your past together. Like they kind of wake up and you're still in their thoughts. So things are very kind of still close. Gemini, very fresh in terms of how they're seeing things. It could be just, again, something where it's more of a daydreaming, again, rather than reality. It doesn't necessarily show right now, right away, that they could be taking any kind of direct action towards this. It just feels like, they may be kind of thinking of the past a little bit. Also, maybe just not paying attention to the reasons why you parted ways. So the reasons you may have parted ways may still be strong and they may still have purpose and weight, but that's not where they are when they're starting this reading. They're showing in a place, they're really kind of in a place stuck on you in their thoughts. All right, so it feels like they're actually missing the person that you are. Okay, the things about you that makes you you. Maybe thinking, looking over some texts, pictures, things that remind them of you. Having a little bit of a hard time letting you go right now, Gemini. So their ego is showing up here. It says, I let my pride get in the way of our connection. I feel like this is something where somebody is really feeling a little bit of regret. Something is pinching at them a little bit, making them feel like, man, they see how their pride has isolated them, caused them disconnection, caused them this relationship, maybe put them in a place where, they really would prefer to seek some sort of healing together. Again, this is also could be just something where when they're thinking these things, they're kind of in a place where they're hoping for it, not necessarily acting on it. But there's a lot of danger when it comes to ego and love. Okay, so because pride can like be a silent crusher, a destroyer, like of relationships. Like it can just catapult relationships into like ridiculous direction with ego. We don't ever think of it as ego too. So, and then it can come crushing hard. The ego, the awakening to that, oh my gosh, it can be really devastating for some of you, okay, or for at least for this person. So I feel like for some of you, this person's ego could also still be playing a little bit of a role at potentially the reason that they're staying, keeping a distance, not acting towards something here, not trying to activate something. All right, so I feel like there could be something like playing out here where they're like in some sort of limbo because of their ego. Okay, so not because they're not interested, but they maybe fear, maybe they're like, they fear like, you know, being rejected, losing face, okay, being laughed at, I don't know, or maybe even appearing vulnerable because they talk too tough, right? They talk up of a tough, they talk up a tough talk, and I don't know why I need to choose those word choices, but they do. And you know, they're feeling it. They're feeling a little bit. I mean, look at all this reunion, broken self-love. So in terms of a reunion, it says here, we will always come back to each other. I feel like there's somebody that's a strong optimist when it comes to a potential opportunity with you here. There's another sense of hope. Okay, so coming to realizations, hoping for the right things. All right. Maybe there's kind of being like, excuse me, not accepting or believing like you're totally done with one another, not all is completely lost, there's hope. Okay, so I feel like there could be something where they're like desiring like your paths will cross together. It could be at an activity, a reunion of some sort, a party, a family reunion, a friend reunion of some sort, I don't know, a high school I don't know, y'all, but also a reunion is desired, something that kind of brings the connection back. I feel like while this is really great and everything, this can also be like a little sign of caution, because I feel like the overthinking things, okay, staying in a fantasy space and like looking at things, this is all kind of more in a place where it's like the ideal story, would be great if these things happen, but it does feel like somebody could become complacent here where it's just nice to stay in thought and they don't act on it, which could also be one of the reasons why you're finding yourself in a no contact with this person anyway. All right, because it's great to kind of have the conversations, not a whole lot of action is taking place. All right, so I feel like one of the biggest things is kind of like the whole working on healing something here would be way more important for you, or for this person at least, and healing for them would be to reconcile. They're not fully wild about the idea of this no contact, even if it's something that they had initiated. All right, so here it says broken. It says, I feel shattered about the situation. Yeah, they are. I feel like, you know, for a lot of you, this breakup, I feel like it's just kind of feels like more of a loss, not just like a change in their life or you're not in it and you're absent, but it feels like more of a sense of loss. All right. And I also feel like it's making them feel, you know, kind of broken, like really shattered, like hurting through some things, trying to kind of cope through some things, get over the fact that you may not be there every day or every morning or every evening. Okay, something like that. I feel like for a lot of you, this is a strong emotional kind of confession. So when it comes to something that they would really want you to know, they feel kind of broken. Okay, and it feels like it's necessary for some of you, this person, it's necessary for them to feel this, but I feel like they're also having a hard time um, uh, to kind of piece themselves back together. So it's like really hard to kind of pull themselves back on track sometimes because of this. Okay, so while it may be like some like necessary or unnecessary for the feelings, okay, ultimately they're really they have a hard time. So I feel like they could be a little like maybe sad or depressed, like on a serious level. They're devastated. This ending for them, or this current no contact, is not, it's not playing to their best interest, but that's not what this is meant to be about. It's more also exposing, and while they're exploring what's going on and thinking about you nonstop, okay, daydreaming, they're also able to kind of explore here what they're like realizing the issues. All right, and I feel like self-love for them here. This is somebody that really wants to acknowledge that, you know, before they can connect or fix something, or even they need to like learn how to love themselves or take care of themselves or something. Like for example, they can't like let their ego get in the way. That's a sign of working from a compassionate side versus an impulsive side, for example. Okay, so something like that is playing out. I'm still trying to heal. It just feels like the pain is too much. Okay, they're struggling without you. They miss you. They don't like the idea of the distancing too much right now. They're not too wild about it. But what can they do? Okay, because it is still like a no contact, so they still feel a little stuck. I feel like this is somebody that if they really, really want to heal, for them, it's going to really mean like just taking a break from you for real, or just like moving on into this journey. And I don't know if it's something that they can handle. But it's something that they, every time they may have perhaps, mayhaps think about it, or think, okay, well, I really need to completely separate myself from Gemini. I gotta get over Gemini. I can't. Okay, whenever that happens, whenever that pep, it's too fresh. It's still too soon for them. Doesn't matter how long ago it's been. It's too soon for them, and it just feels like they just need to more heal with and love themselves versus kind of completely remove themselves from your life, because they're really having a hard time, okay, accepting this current state. Now, I don't know, maybe they initiated it. We'll see here what tarot has. But overall, yeah, I feel like, whatever's happening here, whatever it is, they need to, I feel like, to make things better, they need to be a little different. They have to come back a little changed, a little, they can't just be who they are every time and cause, like, the rift that this no contact is causing and have that happen. So it's not just so much because they have to change because they have to. The change is necessary for like anything to actually kind of have any healing elements to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and tap in with the Magician here and see what's popping in. The Magician is showing up in the reverse. So I have like a lot of questions, by the way, for these cards. I know some people hate it when readers do that because they're like, you should read the cards freely. Yeah, but I do variety style readings. So there's some readings where I absolutely pull one card at a time and I read it as it shows up. But this reading, I designed these readings. I enjoy, I have fun because I'm trying to, improve and always do great. So I really have positions for these readings. And I don't know, maybe that makes me a nerd. I don't know. But essentially here, this is their overall energy at this time in terms of like how they're vibing with the relationship and no contact. Okay. Over here, I'm looking at, their thoughts. Over here, I'm looking at their feelings. Over here, I'm looking at their desires, all right? I'm looking at their challenges, okay? I'm looking at actions that they're going to take, hidden intentions and what we don't know, what their next moves will be, what's unexpected that may surprise you, also advice in general for you, okay? So just to give you the broad idea, because I'm going to just jump right in, and I don't want to keep saying this is this and this is that. So energetically, though, it does feel like your ex is feeling a little kind of like they're not in control, disempowered, feeling like a little kind of confused about how to handle this no contact. They're really struggling. All right, not just because of the ego, but I feel like maybe your silence right now is very well timed for them, because whatever perspectives they're coming through or things are awakening or enlightening to anyway, Gemini, it's really highlighting the importance and the value for them to heal, or to heal for the sake of having something meaningful with you. Now, they say, oh, you never want to do something for somebody else, but that's not why they're doing it. They're not doing it to impress you. They're doing it in a way because they really don't want you to they don't want to disengage from you completely at this time. Okay, so this Magician, for that reason, I feel like they're struggling how to kind of get themselves, to control the situation, to control the breakup, to deal with it, to cope with it, to address, to accept it. They're having a hard time dealing with that. And communication is giving a little bit of a tricky situation here, because the Magician is a Mercury card, a card of communication, and no doubt communication is something that it's not available, so there's a little bit of a frustration here. Also, some of you, there could be some miscommunication that could have also transpired between the both of you, so it just feels like some things are still open or need resolving, that are still kind of like left hanging right now. So the Seven of Cups for your person's thoughts, it's in the reverse. I feel like, they may be kind of coming back out of like, again, waking up, or they need to snap out of it. They're coming out of the state of like daydreaming and perhaps trying to get back into confronting like these kind of like fantasies versus realities, to address, like to face the music or to do what the right thing is. I feel like some of you, this is somebody that could also be bringing the connection of the fantasies, like, it's okay to fantasize or have like daydreams or things like that in general, but it's another when, we still have to deal with reality and someone's out of touch. Okay, so I feel like this is somebody here that is just now seeing the breakup with clearer eyes. Okay, so the disillusionment, the oh, whatever, masks, or not masks, layers, okay, the layers of the onions, whatever. It's like removing the sheet over and just exposing things for what they are, and they're seeing things clearly now. Okay, and so it feels like, they just have a decision, not a big decision, but it's more like, what do I want to do now? Okay, I feel like there's a sense of intensity coming through with this energy. Okay, and I feel like they really kind of because they're acknowledging the situation, because maybe realizing they've really missed out on you right now, or maybe you really are kind of blocking them completely. They're in a painful place, okay? So acknowledging they're coming to terms with things, okay? They're not like super pleased right now with everything in general, okay? In terms of their feelings, we've got the Two of Pentacles in reverse, you guys. So this is somebody, again, is coming across a little overwhelmed. They're having a hard time juggling their emotions with how they feel, with accepting the truth or the reality of this being maybe perhaps the last time. Maybe there's a chance to expand something or change something or grow something right now. So it's kind of putting them in a state of imbalance. I feel like, you know, there's just a lot of extra thought and baggage going on right now, carrying through with them emotionally. So they're struggling to kind of get themselves back on track. I feel like in terms of like your, you know, your ex in general specifically, they're kind of in a place where something is disrupted for them. This is a Capricorn energy. They could have Capricorn in their charts. And Capricorn usually is very structured and disciplined. So the Two of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, it feels like they're not thinking straight. They're not clear-headed right now when it comes to prioritizing things or keeping things on track. They're feeling very distracted because of this, okay? So the distraction is actually based because of the no contact, not distracted by other people right now. All right, so I feel like the Page of Swords just kind of comes through as a person that wants clarity here, okay? They want to engage in some form of like, what do you call it? Some kind of a mind to like a conversation that's using like mindfulness and logic, but they're having a hard time here because there's a little bit of resistance taking place. I feel like, you know, again, I feel like this is somebody that could have perhaps regrets putting you down or talking down to you or acting a certain way, coming across a little too defensive, maybe even sometimes manipulating conversations, trying to, you know, outwit you or outsmart, like just kind of too much in the game versus the again, the reality of things. And they were just in their ego a little too strongly, okay? They're unable to kind of release you completely. There's some obstacles still that they're dealing with in general. But, you know, with the Judgment card here, I feel like this person is just dealing with the cycle of change here, okay? So the biggest challenge for them, again, they're seeing clearly, but they're seeing it through some type of an awakening or painful experience through this breakup or disconnection. So the Judgment card is bringing forward a lot of like awareness to, you know, the transformation that's going on. It's highlighting that transformation here. It's putting them through a significant shift, all right? So that, you know, whatever challenges, whatever everything, they're seeing it from a profound perspective. Like, wow, Gemini really had to put up with me, or Gemini really, you know, was there for me, or Gemini really gave me so many chances, and I just never paid attention. All right. So it just feels like, you know, this is somebody that really needs to heal, and heal themselves, heal their personality, the way they think, you know, seek support in the sense where they, you know, if they really want to mend the relationship, they need to get themselves help. I don't feel like you're just completely disconnected from them either just yet. It just feels like things are just not healthy for you to be around them right now, okay? And it just feels like there could be also kind of some truths about the relationship that's coming through, all right? Like just basically the revelations are just kind of in a downpour over them right now, and there's just so much in that sense that they're dealing with in terms of challenges. All right. They're having one of their biggest challenges letting go. If I haven't said that, I should have said that from the very beginning. It's about they're having a hard time letting go, you guys. It's a daydream to actually, they actually have to daydream about the reunion because it's just, all right. And I feel like, you know, not only are they broken, maybe, like I said, you had to finally cut the cord. Maybe, you know, you had to say, you know, end things for whatever the reasons. But the fact that they don't have that day-to-day Gemini interaction really messes with them. I'm just paused because I'm just like looking at all these cards here. We have a card for healing and a call for healing here with an Aquarius. And look, with the Judgment card, it's essentially having a really hard time letting go. And then with the Six of Swords, it's literally having a really hard time letting go. All right, some hesitation here is coming in through very, very strong. Hesitation to move on from the challenges. All right, they're having a hard time letting go. They don't want to move from letting go. They're not accepting the letting go. They need to heal. Okay, they need to heal. They're overthinking about everything right now. They're actually mentally obsessing over this no contact. They're struggling with it heavily. Okay, and I feel like this is somebody that just does not want to accept or address the past in any capacity right now. All right. Sorry about that. I had to go grab some water. Um, I think I was here with the six. Yeah, it's also this person, it's like, because there's no contact. I feel like this is somebody that's in their mind right now, thinking, believing, convincing themselves that until, some type of a full real closure is here, they're avoiding the actual no contact acceptance. Like, again, there is some sort of a denial for some reason. So they're having a really hard time processing and moving away from this breakup. And the six of pentacles, excuse me, the six of pentacles is here. I feel like, this is a Taurus energy, okay, and I feel like, they regret a lot in terms of hiding things or not being honest about something, not being direct about something, when they should have been. I feel like this is somebody that wishes that they could restore the balance in things. It's like something that they really, really wish for. Maybe they treated like they wish it could have been nicer, kinder, more supportive, more giving. They regret a lot when it comes to that, okay? But I feel like this is somebody that, you know um wants something happy, like something harmonious here, but they have a lot of reservations. All right, I feel like it's because, they could have breadcrumbed you in the past. They could have, like, not necessarily nourished the relationship. They may not have been fair about a lot of things towards you here. So I do feel like they want to reconnect and show you and prove to you that they can be kind, supportive. All right, but I feel like there's a little bit of pride here, so there's a sense of rejection that they worry about. They don't want to feel like they're going to be rejected or told no. But if they feel like there's a tiny, 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 tiny pinch of opportunity that they can kind of just have restore this balance with you, restore things, they're gonna go through it. Okay, they may, some of you, they may try to do something out of act of kindness. They may really do something very important, like that's very meaningful to you, that to indicate, that they're kind of trying to offer like some sort of a olive branch. Okay, but I feel like for a lot of you, because there's a Taurus energy, they could be also a little shy in the sense of not pride because too much of a strong ego, but just the character of the person comes across as though, it's like only so much they can do. Not that you're not worth doing more for, but it's just, this is somebody that's being very reserved. It's that kind of a shy feeling, a little like, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's cute to me because it makes me feel like it's like when a puppy or something, and they go and come back and their like tail is all tucked in, but they want to wiggle the tail, but they don't know if they should because they want to make sure you're okay. So something like that. They're feeling really like they really would like to heal something here. Okay, they're just having a really hard time. They're really stuck letting you go. Okay, so the hermit here showing up reversed. There's some negative thinking associated with this person. I feel like this is somebody that still feels a little isolated. Okay, so they're very tempted to break their silence. Still, they don't want to be quiet forever. They don't want you to forget about them. They don't want you to completely move on from them, Gemini. They're really kind of stuck on your energy. I feel like this is somebody that, um, you know, wants to just kind of get things done right so that it can lead to the right kind of healing. And right now, it feels like things that are being done are not, towards, they're not healing anything. If anything, they're causing them a little bit of a worry. All right. So, it could also kind of come across as though this is just somebody that can't cope or deal with being alone too much, and this kind of a no contact is just more for them to stay with themselves and their thoughts, to kind of really think and marinate with where things are and really decide, the way forward here, because it's not so much really, this reading isn't so much showing about what they have done. It's really more stuck on just kind of how to get you back and get you back in the right way. All right, and this is somebody that really thinks about you quite a bit here. I feel like the Six of Cups in the reverse kind of does bring about unexpected emotional baggage with this person, in general. So things may not progress. Okay, things may feel a little disrupted because the emotions are a little too strong. All right, I do feel like, in terms of like your ex, There could be something from like a second party or somebody else here. This person could kind of like reach like a friend or like maybe even your family member and tap them somehow, trying to influence them to kind of have a way to reach you, or just say, hey, I'm really thinking about Gemini. Can you please let them know, or something like that. Like, I don't know, maybe again, their ego, it could act in a different way, in a way where they're trying to get your attention versus just like a text. Because remember, they're trying really hard to kind of get you in a place where they're going to impress you somehow. All right. But I feel like for some of you, this is a person that's also being a little protective. Okay, so they don't want to like reopen wounds or bring back old wounds at all, okay, or anything that feels like undesirable, because again, their ego, it's more like, it feels like maybe they just really, they come from a place, when I say ego, in the sense that it feels like everything or anything that they had done, they see it how it has served them more than it has served, the relationship or or being with you. And so like their ego is more, it's more like knocking them down, like, my gosh, how much else could you have done with, two Gemini, without like paying attention to the relationship and breadcrumbing things. Okay, it just comes across a little kind of, it puts them in a place where they're like, they really don't see themselves in the strongest positive light. All right, but they really want to revisit things. Okay, but look, all these things are in the reverse here, for whatever it's worth. Even like trying to move on, or even trying to balance things, everything is in the reverse. And that's because overall, I feel like this card kind of taps in a little bit with what, the subconscious tries to ignore. Okay, so ignore the need for you, ignore that they miss you, or deny it, I should say, be in denial about some things. All right, so they're not seeing things in the best positive light. But I feel like this is somebody that put themselves here, so it's kind of like, again, they feel very, very stuck in your energy and unable to let you go. The Knight of Wands, in terms of just overall advice for you, what's the best way forward at this time? I feel like it encourages you to move on, seek the things that you're really passionate about in life and love and career in general, but also in love. Okay, so it just feels like, just embrace your challenges, your adventures as they come, independent of this person's actions. If it's meant to be, I'm sure you have a very logical perspective with this person. It almost feels like you really are putting him in a big like serious timeout this time, and you're not dealing with the drama of it all. Okay, so it feels like you're just focusing on seeking a new experience for yourself, or at least that's the direction that you should be taking. In terms of love, still, I do feel like there's a message of passion that really, really strongly wants to come through from this person. They really do want to reach out. They really want to express themselves passionately. They really want to kind of suit up, okay, and like act heroically. It is showing up. It is absolutely something that they would like to kind of do, where they burst through and you're like, oh my God, okay, wow, this is something. But they're stuck. They're scared of being rejected. All right. So Gemini, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for spending some of your time with me. I did have a lot of coffee today, so I guess it's what it is. Sometimes my mouth is speaking faster, or my mind is speaking faster than my mouth wants to say the words out loud, but that's okay. I enjoyed this reading for you, so I hope you did. Let me know in the comments how you all doing. Like the video if you enjoyed it. I do hope it resonated for you. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Also hit the notification bell, and I'll see you all very, very soon. All right, I love you all, and take care. Bye.